Hi, I'm Kristen, and I'm here to show you how to paint and finish off your very own cornhole board. My husband bought these already made from a guy at work who literally just took the 2x4s and the plywood together and created the board. And so we're gonna finish it off and paint it. So I just used primer that I already had. You can probably use any white primer. A sander. I actually got this rotating sander from a rummage sale for $8. And then you can buy these packs. They're called hook and loop discs, 5-inch. I got them in an 80 grit and a 220 fine grit. So this is for a little coarser. And then you can finish it off with the fine grit. Just get it to where it's nice and smooth so your beanbags will slide over them easily. First I sanded it, filled the holes, sanded down the holes, primed it with 2 coats of primer, and then I used the power sander to really sand it down fine, and it gave it this nice sanded wood look. So this board actually ends up being exactly 24 inches across that he cut it to, which works out well for me because that's how long my level is. I'm going to use my 2-foot measuring tool right here, which is very handy, and I'm going to mark the middle of the board just lightly, and then I'm going to find the middle of the hole here at the bottom of the hole and mark 12 inches there. And then I'm going to mark where the first arrow is going to start on the side at 18 inches. And then I'm going to put the other arrows a foot down from each other. So I'm going to start at 18 inches and go down 12 inches. And then I'm going to go down another 12 inches. Now I'm going to do it on the other side. So whatever that distance is from the top of the board to the bottom of the hole, that's what you'll want to measure again down the board one more time. There, 12 inches down, 12 inches in the center, right where I want to be, right there. So 12 inches down, 12 inches down, and then I made marks 18 inches down to start, and then 12 and 12, 18 inches down to start, and then 12 and 12. I think that's all of our measurements now. So now we're going to just start taping. Top of the mark to the right of the mark. And then you can just rip it off. Now. This last arrow is where you have to be a little more exact. You're going to want to cut the tape just on an angle a little bit so that that is a tapered cut. I made sure that the very top of the arrow was at the top of my tape. And then you're going to go the opposite way on this side. So you're going to kind of want to see where your tape is and then cut that way. Here is my middle mark, and here's my poor way of filling a hole. But this is my middle mark, and I put the tape to the right of it and to the left of it. So the mark is right in the center and the arrow comes up to the center. And I did the same thing here. So my middle mark is right here in the middle, and I kept the right tape to the right of it and the left tape to the left of it. This is my last arrow where we made that fancy point. So this is actually where the my tape is. So you can see you don't have to make the angle exact, because these lines are the ones that are going to be exact. And whatever you cut, as long as it's not hanging over and you cut it short instead, then the arrow will still look correct when you're painting it. But here is my marker right at the top of the arrow, not at the bottom. Along the sides, I have the marker meeting at the bottom of the tape. Here my mark is at the bottom of the tape, and here my mark is at the bottom of the tape. So just make sure that all of those tape lines are pressed down nice and tidy so that it doesn't let any of the paint come through when you're trying to paint it. Let's start painting now. I actually picked up these paint samples from a rummage sale for like 50 cents a can. Obviously you can go to the hardware store. I think these samples are usually about $3 a piece. Pick out exactly what colors you want, and then it'll be really custom instead of just whatever you can find. And then we'll just get to painting. I'm actually going to do 2 coats of the blue, and after seeing what that one needed, I'm actually going to do 3 coats of the green, just because for some reason this paint takes a little more to cover. So here we go. I don't know where else you could use this color green, honestly. So bright and olivey, but kind of fun for a game board. When you're all done, I really like to take my brush, kind of smooth it all down in one direction so it looks much more smooth for a finished product. Okay, so that's 1 coat each done. Okay, so now when the paint is still a little wet, we get the satisfaction of pulling off the tape. And you want to pull it in the direction that it's going. Take it nice and slow, right in the direction that it's coming from so it doesn't rip.
안녕, 하나.
Does it look good?